The while loop depends explicitly on a condition. That means we write a condition similar to the if statements. Let's look to this example. Here's a very important thing we have to notice. The initial value must be defined before the loop. So x must be already defined from previous definition, like here in this situation, x equals to 0, or from a previous set of calculations. Again, we don't forget the colon. Then we print the value of x. So we have here the increment statement 0.25. Now let's test. So as you see here, the value of x increased by 0.25 until it reached 1. X, the value of x. So it is important to notice the last value of x inside the loop, because in this situation, for example, 1.25 is the value which made the condition false, so the control exited the loop. Let's try this loop again, but in this situation with different arrangement, Control V, and let's see the result and how it will be changed. Now, we don't get the result because already x is 1.25, so it was not executed. So what we need here again, the initial value. Okay. Now, as you see here, we put the print x after the increment statement. In this example, we're using while with a conditional statement. So in this situation, for example, if 4 exists in A, it will return true. Now, the while will go through the iterable or the list A, and it will check the existence of 4. And every time when this condition is true, it will remove one of the 4s from the list until there will be no values of 4 inside this list. At that moment, it will leave the loop. Let's check. So as you see here now, there's no 4s in A. We have to be careful here that in this situation is used in a totally different way from the way we used it in for loop. In the for loop, it is a part of the loop. It is the part of the for loop, and it works with 4 in order to get the values from the iterable and assign them one by one to the iterator. Here, it's just a condition. It's just a condition which checks the existence of a value inside a container. Check the result. Now, as you see here, the loop didn't do anything. Why? For simple reason, because the condition at the beginning was not satisfied. If we change this condition to larger or equal, now we have another problem, because as you see, it doesn't stop. In order to stop the loop, we can press Control C. So the Control C is a keyboard interruption which stops the execution of the program. Now, why we have an infinite loop in this situation? Because actually, if you see that the condition is always satisfied, there's no any controlling method in order to stop the loop once it passes 1. Actually, sometimes infinite loops could be made intentionally by the programmers, but with some other mechanisms which stops the loop according to different conditions, and this will be the topic of our next lesson.